Well, hello everyone. We're on the road again. It's been a while. Actually, it's been kind of a long while since we've done this, and we're hoping that you're watching this. You'll watch this one and more to come. We're going to try to get to all of our schools in the district before the snow falls. Bring you inside to see what's going on in there and meet people, new people, and some have been here with us for a while, and we'll see how that goes. We're heading over to Eastern Heights today. We're going to go to Prospect Elementary after Eastern Heights. Eastern Heights, of course, is a middle school, and our middle school in Elyria is grades 6, 7, and 8. The principal there is Dr. Kimberly Benetto, and they have a relatively new assistant principal there. He started last year. His name is Mr. Ryan Hutch. So we'll be talking to them. She has a few things that she wants us to see and some people she wants us to meet, and we'll watch some classes there, and we should have a good time. It's a nice day for a drive, and I'm sure they're waiting for us now. So here we are at Eastern Heights Middle School. We'll go in and see Dr. Benetto. It says welcome to Eastern Heights, so let's go in there. This is very welcoming to come here and see this. Look at their beautiful gardens. And there's a finch that was just here, and I saw some butterflies when I was here last week. What a pleasant way to approach a school. And hard work that they've done here. This is really probably one of the more extensive gardens near any of our schools. They did a really nice job at that. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good morning, Mr. Rigda.
Good
How are you
morning.
today?
Good to see you again. I'm great. I'm great. Hey, the outside of your school looks beautiful.
Thank you.
We just stopped out there on our way in and got some shots of that. I knew that was there, but it's all of a sudden it just boom.
Yeah, you know, when you plan something, it takes a few years to really
Yeah,
have it,
well, it's a
show
great
its potential.
fall look. Yeah, just really great.
The kids keep that up, so, you know, it's something good
Well,
for
for
them.
those at home, this is Dr. Benetto. She's the principal of Eastern Heights Middle School, and we have Mr. Hutch, the assistant principal at Eastern Heights Middle School. And I mentioned you on the way over, that you were in your second year, that you came last year. Where'd you come from?
I came from Paynesville City Schools. I was a band director.
A band director from Paynesville.
Moved over from Paynesville and band to last year at Eastern Heights.
Well, band directors to administration's not unusual in Lorain County. The superintendent of Lorain Schools was a band director in Lorain, and he's now superintendent of Lorain. So should I be worried?
I don't think you have anything to worry about yet.
Okay. Well, great. How do you like it?
Having a blast. It's awesome.
Great.
It's great people to work with, great kids, great community.
Great. Yeah, it's a great school. It's always a very friendly place to come, and I know we're going to see some interesting things today. Dr. Benetto's got some places in mind that she'd like us to see. Where do you want us to start?
I think we'll start down in the band hall, or excuse me, in the science hallway.
Okay.
And then we'll work our way back to the band hallway. And
we'll follow you.
alrighty, so we'll go this way.
Okay.
So, Mr. Rigda, I wanted to show you one of the things we did this year. You know, we're always focused on relationships in the district.
Great.
And so we thought it'd be fun this year if we had just a little section for when the kids first came in, and their parents too. They could see the Did You Know? And it's just a little bit about all the teachers in the building. So if the kids don't know their teachers, you know, it just kind of gives them maybe something they could talk to them about, or, you know, find which teacher they have a commonality with. And the parents loved it too. Actually, the teachers loved it because we all stood here reading about each other, things we didn't know.
I think that's cool. I've never seen that before.
So just one of the things we're trying to do to build those strong relationships and have a positive start.
That's fabulous. That's really a good idea.
Thank you. And then I'll have actually Ryan talk to you a minute about the sign over here.
We're always focused on positive behavior with kids, trying to teach behaviors rather than just nag them all the time, do this, do this. We're trying to get a set of common values in our school so every kid in the hallway has the same expectations. We're all using the same common language. We stay to the right, using our indoor voices. We can address kids in a positive manner. Hey, come take a look at this sign. Were you using your indoor voice? Let's try that again. We can use it as a reteaching for maybe a little behavior issue that came up rather than making it a punitive problem. Just we can reteach and work on behaviors, making sure our kids are being the citizens we want them to be.
It's good. Very, very clever, very unique ideas.
And they're all over the hall.
Yeah,
I see
the goal
that.
is to never have one. You should always be able to see one everywhere you go.
Oh.
Just take the kid, with your arm and walk over and discuss.
And we're all using the same, everyone knows tight to the right. That's how we walk in the hall. It's common language for every adult
So we're
and
in
kid.
total violation here.
Yes,
You're absolutely, I should stop and
I'm sort of tight to the center here. Should I pick a
I
side?
think there's exceptions
when
to
you
the rule.
when you wear a suit,
You can
cross
walk
the bound.
anywhere you want.
I didn't
here.
wear a coat, so I'm
Very,
staying on the right.
very good.
Just like we have our upstairs
I see that.
and the downstairs. You're only allowed to
Oh,
go
so
up the
this
upstairs.
is only up,
Only up.
one way.
And they know that.
That's it. That really helps with congestion, I bet. Great idea. I like the teachers' pictures outside their rooms when they're there too. I just saw one back here from Mrs. McGowan.
Photography that we're using now.
Each
Yeah.
teacher gets one when they get their picture taken.
That's nice.
And Dr. Brunetto also, she created so the kids can see which college each teacher has gone to. That's something
yeah.
they can look at and say, hey, my teacher went to this college, Ohio State or Toledo or Ashland or whatever it may be, to help set those expectations that you can go to college too.
Great. Good morning.
Morning.
Good.
All right, so now we're going to head into Mrs. Brillhart's 7th grade science classroom. They're doing a lab today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. Brillhart.
Good morning.
What's going on
Morning.
here this morning? Who can tell me? What are you guys doing in here? Why are you in the dark?
Oh, because my smartboard, you can't
Oh, okay. What are we doing in
see it.
here?
Grab your materials. Get 1 cup of each in the water.
And how it can be
I will pass out rubber bands.
You're looking at, sorry, Ms. Brillhart.
groundwater and how it can
Oh, okay. All right. So do you know what kind of experiment you're going to do? Does anybody know?
probably
They don't
We're
know
gonna
yet.
try
We
to
haven't
see
started.
how fast water can go through gravel, sand, and soil
And what will that do for the water?
for the groundwater.
Okay.
see what can be contaminated.
Beep, beep.
Okay. All right. Kind of like a filtering, like a natural filtering. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Because groundwater we can use
Rubber
drink,
bands.
but we have to see if it can be contaminated.
Take everything
It's
off the
underground.
Right. How many of you ever watch those Survivor shows on TV where they have to find clean drinking water?
Hey,
Right.
good morning.
This is kind of like the same activity. So pay attention in school if you're ever stranded on an island and you can't find water that's clean.
Step number 1. I need you to take your paper cups and you need to put a paper towel around the bottom and secure it with a rubber band. You have 3 cups, so you're going to do that to all 3 of your cups, please. Let me demonstrate for you if you need to. OH. Cup like this. Rubber band around it. Do that to all 3 of your cups, pretty please. Just put your manners. I gave everybody rubber bands, just 1 paper towel. 1 paper towel. I'll put it down for you. Good job, guys. Good job. Cut off. Make sure you fill this out for me how I need it to run. Thank you. Don't mix anything, just dump it all into one. 1 cup for soil, 1 cup for gravel. Yeah, sand. Good job. Oh, I like that this group did. They put their dirty cups back in the tray so they're keeping themselves organized. Good job, guys. Yes, you guys did too. Good job, guys.
Mrs. Brillhart, we just want to thank you for allowing us to come in.
Thank you.
Coming in, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They're doing
Very
great.
interesting.
Is this the first lab of the
This
year?
is our first lab of the year, so it's a little teacher directed until we can kind of get into the groove. But they're doing
They're doing awesome.
So much work must go into you getting these labs ready.
You know, we do for the kids.
yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's great. So we'll never know. We're going to leave.
Hey, do you guys know what OH? Oh. We're going to have to email Mr. Rigda our results because I'm sure he's very curious on what will happen. So we'll compose an email Wednesday.
Thank you. I look forward to
Thanks for
it.
coming.
Thank you, Mrs. Brillhart.
See ya.
Bye. Bye, class.
Does you want to know where we're going?
Okay. We saw a couple interesting things in there. Maybe we could take just a moment to debrief a little bit. On the back of her shirt, she had the same shirt that a guidance counselor had on, and it said where everyone belongs.
That is our web leaders. That is the saying for web.
Okay.
It's a program that our 6th graders have, and it helps ease the transition from 5th to 6th grade.
Okay.
This is our 2nd year with the web program. Last year was very successful. It has really 2 purposes. One, to ease the transition from 5th to 6th, so the 6th graders can meet 8th graders and kind of be like their 8th graders be their big brother, big sister.
Sure.
And it also helps us develop leadership that exists amongst all our kids with our web leaders. So
That's
as
nice.
they leave Eastern Heights in 8th grade, they're going to 9th grade. They have some leadership skills, and hopefully they'll carry through high school.
Good. We know from research that transitions are difficult for students. Even the transition sometimes from preschool to kindergarten and kindergarten to 1st grade, particularly if kindergarten isn't in the same room. So when they leave the elementary school to come to the middle school, we have to remember back, that's a little nerve-wracking, and this helps them where everyone belongs. So WEB, web, that's nice. That's really
It's
good.
great that every 6th grader has an 8th grader they can go to. If they have a question or a concern, they have a mentor, somebody to help them with those questions they may not want to ask an adult, but maybe they can ask a kid.
When they go on to the high school, they have the link crew. So that
Exactly.
must be the next step then for transitions. That's good.
And the goal is to have the web leaders that were trained here become link crew leaders once they're juniors and seniors in high school. So
Also, maybe our viewers saw that the teacher, when she wanted the students' attention, has this little system that she says OH and they say IO, and that must mean she's going to talk, and they have to look up. When you think about it, in a science class, there could be a lot of work at the table, and they're not necessarily aware of the teacher's readiness to speak, so that's really a nice cue.
it's a positive way to get their attention. And
Very
she's an
clever.
Ohio State fan. And Mr. Hutch, where are you from?
I may be from Michigan. We don't talk about it often, but I went to Michigan
gosh.
State, so I don't root for Michigan. We're going to be okay.
Well, you're allowed. We'll have a good rivalry here then. Very good.
All right.
Well, where are we going now?
I think we're going to go down and meet actually our web leaders.
Oh, let's go meet them.
And then we'll
Okay.
see what happens after that.
Sounds like fun. Let's go. Oh, wow.
Now look who's here.
Look at all these orange shirts.
This is our web
Cool.
web leaders from Eastern Heights. And they're wearing their shirts today. They must want to let us know what they're all about. They're standing out, that's for sure. Mr. Rigda, this is our superintendent, if you don't know. Say good morning to him. Good morning. Welcome
Good
to Eastern
morning.
Heights. Welcome to Eastern Heights. Wonderful.
Very
And
good.
he was wondering, he saw some of the adults in the building with the shirts on, some of the teachers. So why don't we have someone who would like to tell them what the shirts are about, or why they're so important, or what web is? Lots of hands here. Okay, go ahead, Madison.
Okay, so WEB is a program where everyone belongs. It helps the 6th graders when they come to Eastern Heights try to fit in so they don't stand out and feel alone that they don't have friends here. So we try to make everyone feel included as one big family.
Great, great. Do you have activities for them early on? And do you still maintain contact with them now after the beginning of the year?
Go ahead,
We
Nancy.
had an ice cream social 2 weeks ago, I want to say, and that was the first time we had met up with them since web orientation, the first, or 2 or 3 days before school started.
Okay.
But yes, we do see them in the hallways walking around and we say hello.
Are you matched up with sixth graders? Do you have a sixth grader you're responsible for, or 2 or 3, or a group, or how's that go?
Luke, why don't you answer?
We have a group of 10 to 12 sixth graders that we have. We meet a lot of the sixth graders, but those are like our group that we talk to when we meet up with them.
Great. Are you all 8th graders?
Yes.
Oh, so you're the old ones in the building, huh? Where are you going next year? I hear they're playing your fight song. Well, good. Do you know about the Link Crew?
Yes.
Do you go from being web leaders to Link Crew?
I think we all sign up.
Maybe?
When you're juniors and seniors, how many of you are interested possibly in staying as leaders once you get to be a junior and senior? Because you know what to do. Had good training from Mr. Lavati. Where's Mr. Lavati?
Hi, I'm right here. Hi.
Mr. Lavati is one of the 2 advisors. Actually, we just met the other advisor, Mrs.
Oh, Mrs.
Brillhart,
Brillhart. Yeah, she's
who
down
just
that
came
way.
from her room. So these 2 teachers are responsible for the leadership of these leaders.
So this is very interesting. They go from being the leaders here, who help the 6th graders, to being the 9th graders that the Link Crew will help you in your transition to the high school. And then once you're transitioned, you'll become Link Crew members, probably, since you're interested in this now. Well, that's really nice. That is really nice. Very good.
All right, well, thanks everyone for the nice surprise.
So many
this morning.
of you.
Everyone's representing well, and
Yes.
their shirts and lanyards on, and everybody's on point. So,
You look great.
all right,
You look very
thanks.
welcoming.
All right, and get back to class. You're missing too much. Come on, get back.
Go to work, right?
And then, Mr. Rigda, this once made clear, I wanted to show you this wall.
Let's sneak past the wall. I got a meeting.
And the point of this wall is Mrs. Harbin, our art teacher, worked with some of our web leaders last year. She's involved with the web group as well. And we want to illustrate all of the differences that, walk through our schools in Elyria. And every year, we haven't started yet, but we have a picture from last year's web leaders, and we're going to start with the dates and the years and the kids. And we're going to start listing them on the walls here with their pictures.
Isn't that nice? That's great.
So that's one of our programs that we're real proud of, and it seems to really make a difference. At the end of the year, they had like a little Q&A session at the very end of the year, and the 6th graders said that this program really helped them once they came here because they weren't afraid the first day because they already knew some people.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, so we're real excited to have that program. Actually, all 3 of the middle schools have it, so once they go to high school, everybody's on the same page.
That's wonderful. It's so important. The relationships between our teachers and our staff in general and our students, and then relationships between student to student. And for the older students, so to speak, here to be welcoming the youngest is really nice.
Yeah, it seems to really help a lot with their anxiety, and they can't open their lockers, so they're not afraid. They'll ask people, and just the little things that make a big difference.
And I hadn't thought about it until this morning about they go from being a web leader to a beneficiary of the Link Crew.
Exactly.
So they know exactly what Link Crew is trying to do with them and for them.
And hopefully it'll foster the leadership within the students that have that leadership,
Right.
and maybe carry outside of high school and on through life, later years.
I would think it would.
Yeah, so great program, just a great
Good.
program. All right, well now we're close. We're just gonna step into the band room. We have Mrs. Brawley in there with her 8th grade band.
I heard the fight song.
And she does an awesome job with them, and we just wanted to share a little bit
Great.
of that with you this morning.
Great. We love our music program. Oh, I see orange shirts in the band.
Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Rigda.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm
Nice
good.
to
I'm
see
very
you.
good. Thank
Hey,
you.
our superintendent, say good morning.
Oh, good morning.
It's a big group.
It is a big group.
I heard you playing.
Well, a lot of our orange-shirted people were out in the hallway there, so if we could just take a quick warm-up, that would be
Oh, sure.
a quick
Sure.
warm-up.
It doesn't even have to be quick.
Huh? We don't have to.
It doesn't have to be,
All
no.
right, we're just do B-flat concerts again. Let's just go up and down in half notes since we're economizing on time. All right, we're gonna go up and down in half notes, so here we go. B-flat concert. Ready? Quick warm-up.
Well, that even sounded good.
All right, we were just about to start Twist and Shout, a Beatles song.
Oh, yes.
So, and we haven't rehearsed this since last week, so we'll see what happens. All right, we gave a quick little tip, everybody things to think of before they came in, so here we go. All right, game on, we'll just see how far we get. Awesome. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, what grade are they all grades, or is this
grade.
8th grade?
They started in 6th grade.
8th grade started in 6th grade. Wow. You know, I tried to play the sax. I still try, but it doesn't sound like that when I play it. How do you stop it from squeaking all the time? Practice?
Maybe it's their band instructor.
Maybe it was the instructor. I've seen her play the guitar too. She plays a lot of instruments, and the steel drums.
We have steel drum players in here. Raise your hand if you're in the steel drum ensemble.
Yeah, that makes me feel like I'm on vacation when I listen to you play. Sounds very island-like. That's really good. I mean, really good.
And they practice after school on Fridays.
Wow.
Who does that?
Who does that?
Steel drummers
Steel drummers,
and Mrs.
yeah.
Raleigh.
Wow.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you sound fantastic. How many of you are going to plan on being in the band next year at Elyria High School? Oh, good. Good.
We got one more for you. You recognize this one.
Okay.
All right, shall we? It'll be quick. We're doing our version.
Your version?
No, we'll just start. We'll start with percussion, and then we'll just run through just one time. Seriously, I pulled this out as a metronome. Seriously. All right, game on. All right, so start with the percussion in the back. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
God, that's fantastic. Wow.
You're already ready.
You sound like you're in high school already, honestly. That is a fabulous sound. Excellent.
Well, thank you for visiting today.
Thank you. You're very talented people. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next year, too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, I'm so jealous.
She really does a good job. You won't find an urban district anywhere that has a band that sounds that good.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you won't.
God, this is fabulous.
She does. You won't find a comparable district that has a band that sounds that good. She does a great
just
job.
Fantastic. And the steel drums, and I've heard her play the guitar. She's just really good, really
She's
good.
definitely a dedicated
Yes.
teacher
Yeah.
for her kids. I mean, anything she can bring to them new, like the steel drums.
Yes.
Some of them, most of them have never heard of a steel drum. I didn't know what a steel drum was. Well, that doesn't really mean a lot. But
I think I first saw it on the. It was for the grants when she was trying to buy them.
well, we had gone to
initially.
a conference actually in, I believe the conference was in Indianapolis.
Okay.
That was several years ago, and
Uh-huh.
they had a school from that district playing steel drums, and she fell in love with it. So she wrote some endowment grants,
Yeah,
and
that's
we
where I
started
first-
out with a few, and
I saw it in the endowment, and I think that was one that I wanted to contribute to that year. So I'm thinking, oh, steel drums. I had never heard of them outside of South Carolina and
Right.
Florida. Nobody
I think we're the
playing
only
steel
school in
drums
the
this far north,
Lorraine
you know?
County that has a steel drum
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
I think we have 10 or 12 drums now too.
Oh,
We're
wow.
slowly getting
Yeah.
more, so it's a great
She
program.
creates performance opportunities. Don't know they played at Cedar Point last year. And
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
that's great. She's
Yeah.
playing away.
part of, I think, the success too with our band coming in 6th grade, we schedule her so she has certain groups of instruments in the morning and then a different group in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And so she
So you
really
can
can give a
focus.
lot more focus. And then for all of this middle schools, they have band every day now. Where in the middle or in the elementary, they only had band
I remember
a few
this.
times during the week, and so they really can hone in on their skills and develop.
We actually killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and we actually came out ahead on some reductions that we had to make. We were trying to cut back on expenses, and we used to be, I think strings were in the 4th grade and band was in the 5th grade, and we moved everything to the 6th grade, but we moved the whole 6th grade to the middle school. And like you said, they only had a couple times a week, and it was pull-out.
Right.
They had to leave something to get band, and that was hard on the student, it was hard on the teacher, they had to catch them up. They get band every day. It's amazing. They don't miss anything. They can stay in the elementary, do their thing, come up here, start band. That's an incredible sound.
Yeah, it is. And
Incredible sound.
developmentally,
From
it's
where
just
they
better too.
Oh, it's so much better. Yeah.
So it was a great program. We're
Really
proud of it.
pleased.
So we wanted to share that a little
Thank
bit
you.
with you.
Thank you. Very impressive. Okay. Well, did we see what we needed to see?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, thank you for
Appreciate you
showing us
coming in
around.
this morning.
It was fun and
We like to
exciting.
show off the
Very
good things we're doing here.
So much to show off.
Yeah,
Thanks
we have
for
a lot
coming.
more.
Thank
so
you.
if you have a spare afternoon, you'd like to come back sometime,
We just might
we'd
do
love
that.
to show you more.
Sounds good. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, that was really interesting and actually a lot of fun at Eastern Heights Middle School with Dr. Bonetto and her assistant, Mr. Hutch. Well, we're heading over now to Prospect Elementary School, and Mrs. Barwatz is the principal there. They're expecting us, and I think we're going to see more classrooms. We'll hear about more activities going on at Prospect. For folks that kind of wonder where these schools are in Elyria, I didn't realize that some people live in Elyria and they might live on the north side and they don't get over to the south side too much, or vice versa. We're on Prospect Avenue right now, and we just passed around the back of Eastern Heights, and then Prospect School, of course, is on Prospect Street. And we're passing, I believe this is East Rec, so that's a little bit about where these schools are located, but we'll see Mrs. Barwatz in just a minute or so, and we'll walk through Prospect. Well, we're outside of Prospect Elementary School over on Prospect Street, and what I'd like us to see is the Elyria Public Library mobile library, and that bus comes around on a scheduled basis, and we not only have materials inside the school, we still maintain a media center, which is more of a media center than a library, because it has the technology located inside of it, as well as the printed book. But every one of the students have a membership to the Elyria Public Library, and they can borrow their books here, and they bring them back here. And also, if a teacher has a special unit, they can call the library in advance, and they'll bring the books that are all about the unit on this van, and then they can check the books out from here. So it's really a great partnership with the public library. Why don't we just follow these folks right into the school here, and we'll see how our security system works. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome to Prospect.
Well, thank you very much for all our folks at home. This is Mrs. Barwas, and she's the principal here at Prospect this year. And how many years have you been here?
This is my first year here at Prospect.
This is her first year at Prospect. Very good. Oh, we got a mom that wants to escape. Let's catch her.
Oh, she's running.
You know, I should go around with the camera more often. People would just leave you alone, don't they? It's so funny. Well, it's so nice. This is your first year, and
Yes.
We're on our first round of visits. We just went over to Eastern Heights. We had a good time there, and we thought, well, since we're so close, we'd come over and see you. We're going to make the circuit for the whole city at some point.
Great.
And we thought, well, let's see that elementary school, and here you are, and
Here we
are. So I'm sure you have some places you want us to visit.
We do, yes.
Okay.
We've got some classrooms that are very excited to have you pop on by. So
Okay.
we can head on out. We'll start heading down to 3rd grade. They're actually doing a very nice experiment this morning that
Okay.
they're excited to show you.
Oh, good. We're excited to see it. Very good.
Wonderful. We'll head on down
Okay.
this way.
All right, great. Okay.
All right.
Oh, this is such a great hallway, too. It's so shiny.
Yes, yes.
clean.
Yes, our
Oh.
custodian here, Mr. Wayne, has done a fabulous job keeping our school
You get
in
2 thumbs up. This is
tip-top
beautiful.
shape. Yes.
Very
He's done a
nice.
nice job. Very nice. So
Very,
yes,
very good.
we'll head on down here.
What's this?
This is
a big
our
tree.
Yes, our title team has taken it upon themselves to decorate our lobby, getting the kids excited about reading.
Oh, good.
So we've got our reading, some books up here that some of the teachers are going to be featuring this month. We've got our fall leaves with the season.
So creative.
Oh yes, they're.
So can I touch the tree?
No, please don't, Mr. Rigda. We ask that you don't touch the tree.
Okay.
It may fall down.
Oh, I'm so tempted.
Little hands are very tempted. We usually have to.
Take me away from this tree then.
We'll walk on down.
Okay. It looks so cool.
Yes, yes. They worked hard on that.
Why is it that we like to touch things
I
that
know.
look so cool?
That you're not supposed
oh,
to.
look, there's a body there.
Yes.
There we go.
We're going to head over here to the right. We're heading down to Mrs. Vince's 3rd grade classroom.
Okay.
There's Mrs. Dickerson
Yes,
doing a
hi, Mrs.
bathroom break with her
Dickerson.
2nd
How are you?
graders.
Good to see you. Hi, students.
They're starstruck, just staring.
Yeah, the camera does it, I'll tell you.
Yes.
If you want kids to be quiet, just bring the camera in.
And that'll be a room that we're going to head into after this. Yes. Hi, sweetheart. Nice walking in the hallway. Thank you. Okay. And in the far corner here is our 3rd grade wing.
Is that what we're in now?
Then we're in the 3rd grade wing.
We're in the 3rd grade wing. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we still in Elyria?
We're still in Elyria. We
Okay.
figured we'd start far and work our way forward. This is
Very
Mrs. Vince's room. She likes
Okay.
pink.
Yes, she does.
And Mrs. Vince is over here. They're working on an experiment this morning. Hi, guys.
No, you will never.
Good morning, Mrs. Vince. Hi, guys. What are we working on today? An experiment. About what?
If you put your finger in a cat and put it in cold water, if it stays warm or not.
If you put your finger on the fat, I think, what are they using here? Crisco? They put their finger on Crisco and they put it in the cold water, and then they're supposed to determine if their fingers are staying warm or not. This is about the polar bear, right? Does a polar bear's fat really keep them warm, I think is what they're trying to determine here. So tell me, is your finger cold?
Yes. I did just 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
For 4 minutes and 50 seconds? Did your hand get cold?
Very. I made it to 5 minutes. I still can't feel my finger.
You still can't feel your finger.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. This is wonderful.
And so we time it, I see.
I was going to say, I'm wondering how long has she been in?
Looks like almost 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Looks like it.
And her finger's cold. So when does she get to bring her hand out? When she's done. When she's hit her limit, huh? So theoretically, Mrs. Vince, is the Crisco supposed to keep their fingers? Theoretically, supposed to keep their fingers warm enough. Okay. Very good. Yeah, we got everybody's got a stopwatch. Looks like they're all working on this around the room here.
Yeah.
You're going to beat the record? What's the record?
Cold water. I seriously don't care about the cold.
It doesn't bother you, so are you not cold?
No.
You're not cold? Well, then it must be working. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. Oopsie.
It's a new ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, ice bucket challenge.
Wait, we're doing that.
When they're done,
good.
they dump them. It's funny.
All right.
Lots of pink.
Yes, Mrs. Vince likes pink.
Mm-hmm. It's very
Just
pink.
a little pink, yes. Yes. Well, Mr. Rigda, we can head on down the hall. We just wanted to stop in, Mrs. Vince. Thank you for letting us say hello. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay. And we'll head on down. We're going to leave 3rd grade and we'll pop into a 1st grade classroom.
Okay. Smart boards in every room, huh?
Smart boards in every room, absolutely.
And this is your guidance counselor?
Yeah, Mrs. Mariotti's in there.
Okay.
She's here. We've got her for 2.5 days, and she's wonderful. Does a lot of great things with the kids. A lot of good programs in the classrooms, too.
Good. Right.
Yeah, comes in and does some guidance lessons. A lot of people think,
why would you have a guidance counselor in an elementary school?
Oh, she's wonderful. She does a lot of work with the students. She does a lot of work with Kindness and Compassion Club here and a lot of the anti-bully stuff. Right. She really works hard and makes a lot of connections with those kids. Yeah.
You mean little kids might have problems too?
Little kids might have problems too. And she really gets down on their level, and she's got her sand, and she does the play sand, and really is able to connect with them. It's neat.
Very important.
Well, this is Mrs. Bax's room.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there. Hi, Mrs. Bax.
Hi. Hello, Mrs. Bax.
Mr. Rigda was in the neighborhood, and we thought we'd stop in, and I understand you were reading a story today.
Yes, and I was just going to ask a question. Who can tell, Mr. Rigda, how Eric Carle does his illustrations?
Oh.
Gabby?
He uses tiny pieces of tissue paper.
Tiny tissue.
Oh, really?
The illustrations in the story. Who's Eric Carle? For our viewers that may not know.
Who can tell me who Eric Carle is? What's he do? E-money?
He makes books.
He makes books.
He makes books.
Tell us some of the books that we have read about Eric Carle. Amelia?
The Very Lonely Firefly.
The Very Lonely Firefly. Alex?
Oh, yeah.
The very busy Spider.
Very.
Liam?
The lonely cloud.
The little cloud, yes.
Oh.
Who can tell us something about Eric Carle himself? Because we're doing an Eric Carle author study.
I love it.
Who can tell us something about Eric Carle? And we haven't talked about this in a few days. Imani? That's okay. Liam, tell us one thing you know about Eric Carle.
He has an art museum.
He has an art museum. He does. Gabby? When he was 6, he moved. Where did he move when he was 6? He did. He was in the war. Where did he move, Connor? Germany. He lived through the war when he was 6 years old. That's right. Imani?
He made newspaper.
Ah, his first job was in newspaper. What city was his first job in? Emily? New York.
Wow, Mrs. Bax, you've got such a smart group of first graders here. Kiss your brains, first grade.
And today we're going to make a caterpillar and what else he eats on Saturday, huh?
I love
so that's
it.
gonna be what we're going to do.
Well, thank you for letting us stop in.
Thank you for
Well, you're all so smart.
Oh, very smart. This class is wonderful.
And you all fit on the rug. Wow, I'm probably as amazed at that as anything else. It's been a long time since that many of my friends would fit on the one rug.
How are you? Seth is one of our new friends today. First day at Prospect.
First day? Welcome.
Yes. Oh, we're so happy to have Seth here. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Mrs. Bax.
What do we say, friends?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Mrs. Bax.
You're welcome. All right, there's our son.
All right. And do we have time to head to 5th grade?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll head down to 5th grade.
Tell me about the tennis balls. Some of our parents may see this when they visit schools from time to time.
Well, as they have tennis balls on their chairs, so they can slide in and out easily, not scratch up the floor, and not make a ton of noise.
So quiet.
Yes, we've got a lot.
And protect the floor.
Yeah, we've got a lot of small groups that they may pull out and work one-on-one out here in the hallway. So they get to come out here and quietly pull their chairs in and out.
I'm sure our parents see that from time to time.
Oh yes, oh yes. Yeah, we've got a lot of parents that come into Prospect to volunteer and help us out. It's really nice. We appreciate our volunteers very much.
Everybody has their ID on?
Yes, oh yes. Everybody's wearing their IDs.
Very good.
It's a must. And our hooked hands, I love it. All right. Well, we'll head on down to 5th grade.
Okay.
We have to turn up our thinking caps, though. They're pretty.
These guys
they're
are
pretty
sharp.
smart in 5th grade. Absolutely.
That's what I hear. I'm supposed to ask myself if I'm as smart as a 5th grader.
Well, we could challenge that today.
Sometimes I wonder. Yes. Depends on what day.
This is our media center.
Can we take a peek in there, if you don't mind?
Please do. Absolutely.
Because we talked about the media center outside because your bookmobile was here.
Our bookmobile is here. There's Miss Emilio. She's our Title I tutor who's here.
I know her. Hello, how are you?
Good.
We're on the road with our camera, just highlighting Prospect and Eastern Heights today. And we're getting a nice tour of Prospect. We just saw the bookmobile outside, and we made a comment about our partnership with the library, and I wanted our viewers to see that we too have books.
Absolutely, we've got a lot of books.
We have print.
Wonderful library.
And back here, of course, we have a lot of technology.
Yes.
There is no escaping technology in today's education. It is a window, seriously, to the world. It just puts so much information at our fingertips, but as we just saw back in the classroom, there's still time and there's a place for the print material, because I just don't think holding a tablet would have captured the essence of the pictures and the texture and the whole idea, the concept of even the next page and the next page. So our kids today are blending reading online. As an older person, I don't read as well on a screen as I do with printed material. I've had to learn to do that, where they do that very readily. The scrolling on a screen drives me crazy sometimes if I'm reading long pieces of information.
Right.
But for them, that is doable. There is a time and a place for both. That we have not abandoned print.
Right.
For anybody out there worried that we certainly have a great deal of print yet in our schools.
Do. So yeah, we did get brand new headphones this year. We've got a lot of our standardized testing is going to start happening on the computers this year. So the kids have the headphones so they can hear. A lot of the students that get those accommodations for read aloud and everything, they'll be able to hear on the headphones.
This is especially nice for students who need additional help. This is a great way to do one-on-one tutoring. We're getting more and more software now. I know that at Franklin in the experimental group, they're getting software, I guess they have software that can direct even a preschooler to an individualized lesson that the teacher monitors from her desk and can see what's going on that computer and change the lesson and provide feedback so the computer actually becomes interactive. It's not simply a computer that goes on the internet or a static reading piece. There's interaction even between the software piece and the teacher and the student. So this is a good example of a media center and why we call it a media center and not simply a library any longer. Because a library would suggest it was only print material, and in here we have both. And seriously, in each of our schools, I think we have an ample amount of both.
Absolutely.
So your tax dollars at work.
We'll head on down. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your media center.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're heading to our other wing. Down here we've got our 4th and 5th grade. We've got 2 classrooms of 4th grade and 3 classrooms of 5th grade. So it's all down here in this hallway.
Okay.
And the classroom we're most interested in right now is Mrs. Turner's 5th grade classroom. She's teaching math.
Okay.
Down here. And I know she was going to be doing, you know, vocabulary is huge with the new Common Core, so she's really focusing on a lot of vocabulary. It's a very rigorous program and curriculum that she guides through. So right now it looks like we're participating in some math games.
Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Turner.
Lesson. Now we have a math game.
Wonderful. Mrs. Turner, what are they playing today?
They are playing Name That Number today. They get 5 cards. They can add, subtract, multiply, or divide to find their target number.
Very good. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Hi, guys.
9 plus 9 minus 7 plus 3.
And I know we've got the essential questions always posted right now. The focus for today, we've got why is it useful to find multiple solutions to a problem. They're working on addition and subtraction story problems. Pretty intense. These 5th graders are very, very smart. A lot of the vocabulary, a lot of the things they're working on in here. Pretty incredible.
Great.
Yeah.
So the smart board is part of your lesson each day?
Yes, we use Everyday Math Online, which
Okay.
has the problems. It's wonderful. We love it.
Yeah.
Great.
And then can you share, Mrs. Turner, I know you do a newsletter, you communicate with your parents through a couple different ways.
Yes. I believe communication is the key because together we work to make these students successful. So I have a newsletter that goes home every week. We have vocabulary words for the following week, so if they want to get a head start over the weekend, I let them know what's coming up the next unit. I let them know what we've done. I post any videos that like today we watched a rounding video, so we post the videos on there. And I also do Remind 101, which I send a text home every night to parents that have signed up to let them know what's going on in the class and all the homework every night.
Yeah.
That's really very nice. So the parents sign up for these communications?
Yes.
And you used email, you said? You use text messaging?
Yes.
Do you use Schoology at this level? Is that solely at our high school?
Students. We just communicate with other 5th grade teachers.
Other 5th grade teachers in Schoology?
Yes.
Okay.
Like we were posting last week about, we were actually meeting in 2 weeks to go over some vocabulary quizzes, and we meet once a month, all the 5th grade teachers in the district, to go over where we are, where we should be, and what we can do to improve.
So the 5th grade, all across 7 elementary schools, try to be pretty close to this lesson today.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe not the very word,
yes.
but
we're all within a day or two of each
you're
other.
close
yes,
to this
exactly.
lesson. So if a student should move
yes.
from Prospect to another school, that student can pick right up
yes.
where they left off.
Yes.
That's nice.
It is. It is very nice.
That continuity is important.
And we share ideas. If something's not working, we'll post, hey, this didn't work. Does anybody have any better ideas, solutions? Working together. Because it always is better if you have more than one person working with you. Bounce ideas off of.
That's great.
Absolutely, yeah.
Teamwork.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good. So we're a large school district, but at the same time, you try to make it that small, close-knit team, and you use technology to do that.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. Beautiful. I like your room.
Thank you.
I got to ask, the trophy.
That was for last year. We had First in Math, which is a computer program that the students would go on to, and every week the classroom that had the highest amount of points won the trophy.
Okay.
So mine was the last classroom to win it.
So it's a traveling trophy?
It's a traveling trophy,
Okay.
yes.
Well, that's good. That's good. And you'd like it to stay here.
Yes, exactly.
And so you have to convince these students, that's very important, to Mrs. Turner, that the trophy stay right there. Very good.
Wonderful.
Very good, very good. Well, tell me about these cards, I guess, before I leave. What are they looking at?
They get 5 cards, 5 number cards, and they have one flipped up in the middle.
Okay.
So they're trying to make the number 3 using as many cards as they can.
Okay.
So like if they can only use 2 cards, somebody can use 5 cards. The person with the 5 cards has a better chance of winning the game because the person who has the most cards at the end of the game wins.
Oh, okay.
So it's all about trying to use adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing to use as many cards to make that target number.
So you could have a larger number minus a smaller number and wind up at 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We can also divide and then add and then multiply to get 3
wow.
too.
So more than one function happening.
Yes.
And then what do you announce why you're laying these cards down and the others
Yes.
sort of like Scrabble?
Yes.
And you'll be challenged to say, hey, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in the beginning, this is probably our 3rd time playing it. When we first started, they would do like 7 minus 4, using only 2 cards.
Okay.
Now they're starting to see, ooh, I could do 7 minus 4 plus 0 times 1 type of thing, trying to get more cards and more numbers in.
Right. And each one's on their own. There's no team here.
No team in this one.
Now that looks like a pretty big pile over here. And a big pile over there. We got some pile over here. So what do you do at the end? You count up how many you...
These are cards that we use to get the target number.
Okay. Who's winning?
Actually, it'll probably be
Close game? Kind of. Very good. Very good.
Well, good.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Thank
Good.
you, Mrs.
Oh,
Turner.
no problem.
It's
Anytime.
nice.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thanks for
Turner.
coming in
Appreciate
and letting us check it out. Thanks, guys.
Well, that was really interesting.
Yes.
This is very good.
Yes.
Thank you for taking your time and showing us around.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun, informative. I can't keep my eyes off the walls. Something everywhere.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rigda. We're very proud of everything that's happening here at Prospect. The teachers are great, the staff is great, our families are wonderful. We're just so fortunate here at this school. So I'm glad you were able to come in. We can show off some of the things happening.
Very good, very entertaining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Well, we found another great garden spot at another one of our great schools. I'm out here in the court area at Prospect Elementary with the playground in the back, a lot of green space here, and this beautiful courtyard with these 3 benches. So I think I'll just rest my feet after walking those long hallways and take all this in. Just a wonderful, serene environment for the students, a place where students could come out on a nice day, maybe have a story read to them. An art class might be able to do a few sketches, or just have a classroom conversation. One of those additional value added that goes along with Elyria Public Schools. So once again, I'm at Prospect. I'm resting myself in this beautiful courtyard outside Prospect Elementary, where we just saw some real exciting classes going on and some beautifully decorated hallways, some very dedicated teachers, and just another example of your tax dollars at work. Elyria Public Schools delivering the best possible service so that each child can reach his or her full potential. Thanks for watching.